blame yourself if I don't love you, okay? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Please hit the subscribe button and give this episode a thumbs up. Everything you need to know about Sister Wives Season 19 schedule, including when the one-on-one tell-all episodes will be shot. The unconventional family life of Kody Brown, his 4 wives, and their kids is chronicled in Sister Wives. The program provides a close-up view of the difficulties and dynamics of polygamous marriage. It examines how the family shares personal milestones and challenges while navigating parenthood, relationships, and social influences. Since it began airing on TLC in 2010, Sister Wives has drawn notice for its candid depiction of a way of life that is rarely seen on mainstream television. Given that current events are revealed through social media interviews and online updates, many fans are annoyed that Sister Wives Season 19 aired years after actual life. Nevertheless, the show offers what social media cannot: intimate discussions, arguments, and emotional turning moments that brought the family to their current situation. Viewers are drawn in by the special insight provided by private events like Christine Brown's engagement party. While events like Gwen Brown's wedding were published because they weren't filmed, the family frequently refrains from sharing specific content online in order to preserve narratives. Fans wouldn't feel so far behind in the Brown family's journey if the show broadcast more closely to real time. The schedule for filming Sister Wives Season 19, how the ups and downs of life were captured in Sister Wives Season 19. In late 2022, Sister Wives Season 19 shooting got underway, documenting significant moments in the Brown family's developing narrative. There is footage from Logan Brown's wedding in October 2022 and Mykelti's baby shower in September 2022. November saw the birth of Mykelti's twins, and in December 2022, Christine met her future husband David Woolley. Even though the season is shot in chronological sequence, several events like Christine and David's wedding in November 2023 and their acquisition of a bed and breakfast in Utah in March 2024 are shown out of order. These scenes suggest that production continued into early 2024 in order to accommodate major life events. When Garrison Brown, the son of Kody and Janelle Brown, committed suicide in March 2024, tragedy befell the Brown family. Producers decided to mention his death in the Season 19 premiere episode, despite the fact that it happened after a large portion of the season had been produced. According to reports, filming went on in 2024 to document the family's emotional response and the fallout from the tragedy. Unlike previous episodes, these developments indicate a more gloomy tone for the show. The tell-all special concluded a very touching and life-changing chapter for the family on February 2nd, 2025, the day of the season finale. When was the one-on-one special for the Sister Wives Season 19 filmed? Revealing the Sister Wives Tell-All filming details. Filming for the Sister Wives Tell-All special began several months prior to its premiere on TLC and streaming services. The precise date of filming still remains unknown, although hints from the video point to it possibly being shot in October 2024. The Browns are preparing for a long day of shooting at the start of the special. One scene in particular features Janelle Brown speaking with Madison Brush, her daughter, and Caleb, Madison's husband. They discussed how Sakana, a member of the interview team, asked some difficult questions that made Janelle anxious. Madison's calendar appears momentarily as she and Caleb get ready to drive Janelle to the airport. According to District 5, the calendar appears to display October 2024, albeit it is hazy, suggesting that the special was shot around the month prior to the September 15th, 2024 premiere of Season 19. The fact that it occurs 7 months after the untimely death of Janelle and Kody's 25-year-old son, Garrison Brown, makes the timing particularly noteworthy. The family asks that his death not be brought up at the tell-all, even though it was covered in the season's last episodes. Sister Wives, will it be canceled? Will Season 20 of Sister Wives return? It has been revealed that Sister Wives will return for Season 20, and as of mid-2025, filming has already begun. While Kody and Robyn Brown may make fewer appearances, the upcoming season is anticipated to concentrate on the original wives and their lives after leaving plural marriage. Cast members Christine, Janelle, and Mary have been spotted filming, and a Utah cafe recently disclosed that production crews were actively working on new episodes via reality_ties 95. TLC is proceeding with the second chapter of the show, which is anticipated to premiere in late 2025, possibly in September or October, because to its devoted fan base and steady viewership. Are sister wives David Woolley and Christine Brown concerned about their money? The quick growth of sister wives stars Christine Brown and David Woolley's Airbnb business has sparked concerns about possible financial overstretching. Prior to leaving their multiple marriage in 2021, Christine, 53, was married to polygamist Kody Brown. She raised Kody's 6 children during their 27-year marriage as the third of his 4 wives. Christine tried online dating after the breakup and quickly found David. The couple's friendship developed quickly. Within a month of meeting, they were looking at potential wedding locations. Their 2023 wedding was highlighted in a Sister Wives television special. In Moab, Utah, Christine Brown and David Woolley exchanged vows because they had spent so much time there early in their romance. They had a profound connection to the place and found it to be very important. Since then, the Sister Wives Season 19 cast members have purchased several homes in Moab with the intention of turning them into rental properties. Each house has been painstakingly remodeled and furnished to provide warm and welcoming spaces for visitors. Christine actively markets these rental properties to her sizable social media following. However, there are concerns about whether they are taking on too much financial risk given their quick entry into the vacation rental industry. David and Christine quickly expanded their Airbnb business. Together, they own a minimum of 3 properties. The Sister Wives Season 19 stars Christine Brown and David Woolley have quickly grown their Airbnb business in Moab, Utah, a location that holds significant meaning for them. Since getting married in 2023, the couple has purchased several homes and painstakingly renovated them to make comfortable vacation rentals. Christine uses her substantial social media following to promote these residences, drawing visitors with their unique charm. Although their active involvement in repairs shows their dedication, the quick purchase of houses raises questions about potential financial overstretching. In spite of this, their expanding business demonstrates their drive and same goal in the cutthroat Moab rental market. Several of their properties have been the subject of posts by Christine. Her most recent post was on the Storm House, as she refers to it. Christine claims that the spacious home can accommodate 10 people and has 3 suites. In part, her caption says, "It's close to Zen Sand Hollow and so many hiking and riding trails." Christine and David show the audience the charming home in the video, which features themed bedrooms. The brand plays a significant role in the pitch because one hallway also contains pictures of sister wives. This is the 3rd property that Christine and David have owned. Deep discounts are available on Christine and David's Airbnbs. They might need the funds. Recently, Christine shared on Instagram that she and David were offering steep discounts on all of their Airbnb rentals. This could indicate that they are having trouble finding tenants, which could indicate financial difficulty. Although the Sister Wives Season 19 cast has quickly grown their rental business, sharp price reductions may be a sign of less demand than anticipated in the cutthroat Moab market. The reductions imply trouble filling reservations, even though they have worked hard to update the houses and advertise them through Christine's considerable social media following. This action may indicate a need to create cash flow, which raises questions regarding overstretching and the long-term viability of Christine and David's ambitious Airbnb business. A distinctive family has enthralled viewers with its close-knit depiction of life in a home that defies traditional structure. For more than 10 years, the show provided a unique look at a way of life based on the concept of love shared by several people, and it was rooted in a belief system that is rarely examined on mainstream television. Viewers experienced joy and sadness, weddings and farewells, victories and heartbreaks as the seasons progressed. However, a camera crew was behind every poignant scene, documenting moments long before they appeared on TV. The process from production to air date is frequently more complicated than it first appears, which may answer questions about how long it takes for reality to be televised. The start of a new chapter. The latest installment's filming started during a season of transition. Some of the most significant events in the family's history occurred over the last few months of a tumultuous year. The cameras began filming during a season when the temperature was just beginning to drop, capturing moments of joyous occasions and hinting to the impending emotional upheavals. Every occasion had emotional weight and enduring meaning, from celebrations for soon-to-be babies to the marriage of cherished offspring. One of the most important turning points in the history of the series was disclosed during this specific filming period: the arrival of a new romantic presence in the life of one of the ladies, who had previously been the family's emotional pillar. Early instances of their friendship were sensitively and deeply documented, and their encounter that late in the year would eventually culminate in a commitment ceremony. The tone changed as production went on into the next year. A season that started out full of hope and fresh starts was abruptly overshadowed by sadness just as spring arrived. The tragic death of a family member, a young man who was loved for his warmth and humor, occurred after the majority of the season had been filmed, but the filmmakers realized it could not be disregarded. The seriousness of the loss was gracefully addressed in the season's opening episode, which set a sad tone for the remainder of the show. Putting the story together. Even if the events in the chronology happened in real life, the order in which they were shown on television occasionally deviated from that. Because of this decision, the producers were able to create an emotional narrative that focused on change, recovery, and reconciliation. To illustrate the entire process of her emotional rebirth, for example, video of one of the women's marriage to her new partner, albeit from a single season, was released later to maintain narrative coherence. Scenes of a business endeavor that represented newly discovered independence were also inserted in some instances. Thoughts of previous suffering were paired with scenes that symbolized a new beginning. One such instance was a trip to a tranquil estate tucked away in the middle of Utah's mountains, a symbolic spot that quickly evolved beyond merely a picturesque setting. It changed into a site of rebirth, establishing the notion that although some chapters come to an end, new ones are always ready to start. Behind the tell-all's curtain. The group interview specials, which are now a regular feature at the conclusion of every season, act as a public reckoning and a space for reflection. Months before they would ever be seen, the latest set of interviews was shot in silence and secrecy. Although the precise date is still unknown, astute fans were able to infer it from small characteristics during a parting conversation. A perceptive spectator pointed out a calendar on the wall, a hint that the interviews were shot during the leaf-turning season. These meetings sparked candid discussions. One strong and resilient woman talked about how she found it difficult to move on after experiencing emotional abuse. After years of repressing her identity to support a family ideal that no longer suited her, another person revealed her attempts to reinvent herself. There was a noticeable tension, especially between some players and the MC. A front-row seat to feelings that had been simmering off-camera for years was provided to viewers. Care was used when approaching sensitive themes. Although the loss of the cherished son was acknowledged, it was decided not to go into too much detail about the suffering during the interviews. The sorrow was kept secret at the family's request, demonstrating that even reality TV has limits when it comes to grieving. Considering what will happen next, the story is far from ended. Even with the emotional impact of the previous season, there were indications that the adventure might continue. As the new months arrived, camera crews were seen in unexpected locations, such as small-town gatherings, quaint restaurants, and local stores, capturing moments that hint at new paths for the program. The forthcoming season's focus seems to have drastically changed. The focus is now on the individual lives of those who once shared a home, rather than the original family dynamic that formally characterized the show. Each ex-partner is negotiating a life that has changed due to healing and independence. Now, the focus is on personal growth, new romantic relationships, and business endeavors. There is conjecture that some of the family members who were once well known may have stepped back from the limelight. Although they are not entirely absent, their presence seems to be more muted. The journeys of people who have accepted their independence, on the other hand, are being monitored more closely, and they reveal themes of self-worth, rediscovery, growth, and perseverance. The way ahead. The choice to keep recording this family's journey is a reflection of how strongly viewers identify with their developing narrative. The program still is a touchstone for conversations about identity, love, and family. Almost 10 years after it debuted, fans can anticipate more unguarded moments, in-depth reflection, and a sustained commitment to presenting life's complexities with honesty and empathy. As the newest season gets ready to take shape, a new type of storytelling where the past informs the present but no longer defines it is promised in the upcoming chapter. The people who used to live together as a single family are now figuring out what it means to live independently, whether or not they have a last name in common, and most definitely not with the same expectations. A recently married pair has been quietly and quickly developing a vacation rental business in the heart of a red rock paradise, where sandstone cliffs, tower, and desert sky seem to go on forever. With her new partner, Christine, who was well known due to her prior affiliation with a large multi-generational family, has started a life-changing path of personal and business development. Their story has changed to include ambition, reinvention, and perhaps even financial difficulty. In addition to managing complicated familial dynamics, Christine desired a new start after leaving a spiritual union that lasted for decades. When she met David, a man who, in contrast to her previous relationships, offered emotional stability and shared dreams, that new chapter fully blossomed. Their relationship quickly grew closer, and soon rumors of a wedding were becoming a reality. It was no coincidence that they chose the sun-drenched town of Moab as the setting for their wedding. It was there that they had fallen in love, where their laughter had reverberated through meandering paths, and where they had dreamed of creating a life together. Since then, Moab has evolved from a symbol of the couple's love to a vital component of their nascent business. Christine and David started buying houses to turn into comfortable vacation retreats, capitalizing on the town's appeal to travelers looking for adventure and scenic views. They refuse to accept aloof management or bland decor. Their rentals are filled with personal touches, such as well-considered themes, cozy decor, and carefully chosen activities that make visitors feel like members of the family. Christine has embraced her large internet following, presenting each home with the friendliness of a host. The Hurricane House, as Christine lovingly refers to the couple's most talked-about property, provides more than just a place to stay. It features family-friendly areas, themed accommodations, and convenient access to well-known hiking routes and natural areas. The walls are decorated with pictures from their journey, both personal and professional, which add their own narrative to the visitor experience. Along with other properties in their expanding portfolio, this one symbolizes more than just real estate. It is an expression of their newly formed collective identity. However, concerns have started to arise in spite of the allure and purposefulness of their rentals. Fans and bystanders have expressed surprise at how quickly they have increased their holdings, going from one house to several homes in a comparatively short period of time. It takes both heart and a substantial financial base to run a successful hospitality business, particularly in a cutthroat market like Moab. Others question if the pair is overstretching themselves. Christine has begun using discounts and promos more often in her online articles. Although attractive to prospective visitors, these steep price reductions may indicate a more serious issue: trouble retaining steady reservations. Even stylish residences may remain unoccupied due to a crowded short-term rental market and shifting tourism trends. This might put a pressure on cash flow and possibly affect long-term viability for a startup that is still getting established. The couple's optimism and active participation are cited by observers as their strong points. Their dedication is demonstrated by their readiness to get their hands dirty, manage repairs, and interact with visitors face to face. Passion, meanwhile, isn't always a hedge against financial danger. Critics speculate that decisions may be made at a rate that is not fully grounded in market analysis due to the emotional high of newly discovered freedom and love. Nevertheless, neither David nor Christine are deterred. They view their endeavor as more than simply a business. It is a way of life, a symbol of all they have conquered and all they intend to create together. It is very different from the life she left behind, especially for Christine. She is now leading her own future with David at her side, no longer confined by common husbands or religious beliefs. The couple has also started to allude to longer-term goals as they keep growing. Wellness getaways, artist residencies, and community-focused programs are being discussed. They envision their properties as havens for metamorphosis, mirroring their own journey, rather than merely serving as somewhere for tourists to stop. It remains to be seen if these aspirations become cautionary stories about developing too quickly or turn into sustainable success. Their bravery, however, is undisputable. It takes more than vision to create something completely new in the public glare, under financial scrutiny and after emotional turmoil. It requires fortitude, and Christine has often demonstrated that she has just that. Supporters keep a tight eye on her and David as they navigate the unpredictable waters of entrepreneurship. Every new chapter in their narrative is revealed with each update, promotion, and newly remodeled chamber. Their emotional engagement is evident, even though the final judgment on their business competence is still pending. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Get more updates daily. See you soon.